everyone, and welcome back. My name is Shannon. This is Made by Boo, and today is December 22nd. So I have some more Advents to update you on, a little bit of updates on what I am going to be making with all of them. As you can tell, since I have not really been working on any of these projects, if you want to see the progress on those projects, you will have to kind of come back throughout the year. I am not somebody who could do 7 advent calendars, because I did get one 12-day one that is already done, as well as 2 pairs of advent socks all during December. My life just currently does not allow for that, and I'm not sure if it ever will. But first up, we do have advent sock news. It is kind of exciting because I have both of my cozy knitter socks caught up. So there are those. I need to go through probably today, we will see, and kind of just count the rows, because I calculated it out based on how many rows each stripe was, how many stripes I would need to do on each side. But I just need to make sure like how much past the stripes I need to do the toe. And then I am caught up on one of my Woolens and Nosh, and I am getting through the gusset on the second one. So I'm still quite a few stripes behind on this one. The plan is to try to catch up today. But I do also need to be putting in my little light bulb stitch markers to make sure I get my feet the correct length. I think that's kind of why my cozy knitter socks from last year are a little tight, is I decided how many stripes were going to make sense, but I didn't count the rows, and I think I could have made my toes a little bit longer at least. So we will go ahead and get started with, I think we did the little boxes yesterday, so we'll start with the big boxes today. And I will start from the bottom of the pile. This is my Jenny box from Missouri Star. Today is the 22nd. Only a few more days. I don't know exactly how I'm going to film Christmas. I haven't decided that yet, so we'll have to kind of decide what I'm going to do. Anyways, here is number 22. I can feel what feels like maybe a pen, a little floppy. Not sure what it is, but there's something hard on one side at least. So, ooh. I know it doesn't matter that I tore the bag, but okay. So this is a monogram accessories felt kit. It looks like it's got some felt, and then the pen, you probably write on it, and then it's got some stencils in here so that you can make some embroidered on felt things. I may actually show this to my oldest daughter. She does do embroidery, cross stitch, and specifically sewing with felt. So she may actually have a lot more fun with this particular kit than I will. I may give her first dibs on that one. So the next one that I have is from Ruby and Roses. Ooh, here's my color card. Day number 22 is Healthy Dose of Holiday Spirit. So this project is still going to be an anthology throw. Ooh. Seems like we've got a nice grouping of pinks. I have not seen any of my advent calendars all together yet. I'm kind of waiting at this point to do the big reveal. And once I do, I will decide how I'm going to do color management for each of them, if it's going to be in the order they came in, if I'm going to need to move a lot around. We'll see. I'm a little bit going to be a little slow on casting on that anthology throw. I don't know how long it's going to take me, so there's a part of me that wants to start it like right away. And then I can just kind of charge in on that and get a whole bunch done. There's also a part of me that wants to wait because knitting a full blanket will probably take longer. So let's get some other stuff done first. I'm not sure the order I'm going to do everything in, but I'm not jumping to start that one yet. So almost to the end, my next Fangirl Fibers Haunted Holidays. And we've got another very pretty gray. If you've been around before, you have heard me say this will be a Yorkshire crochet along blanket. And when all of these are done and I see them all together, I'm going to, again, look at the potential color management and decide what I want to do. Like, if I'm not strong on how they need to go, I will probably just leave them in the order they come in. But like with the Yorkshire crochet long blanket, it's going to be 24 squares. So I can take my time and decide like how I want the colors to lay on the blanket and then make the squares to match. My next one is a chick that knits. This is one of the ones that I don't know what I'm doing with yet. All right, but day number 22 is stunning, and I am sure it will be, as every other color in this has been. I think I'm leaning towards some form of shawl with this one because there was two that I hadn't decided on, and I did determine my project for the other one. We'll get to that in a minute when I get to it. So let's see what the color stunning looks like. Ooh, look at that. That is gorgeous. I have considered it to the possibility of doing like almost a shawl version of this blanket so that I guess that blanket is almost a shawl since it's a baby blanket, but something similar of going with like a chevron pattern and long enough to kind of drape around. I've also considered maybe looking at Tony Lipsy's patterns and seeing about maybe a Tunisian crochet for this one. I'm still waiting for the project to find me. So this was the other one that was undecided previously. It is now decided. This is a grand adventure from So Happy Jane. We get to open another yarn today. And day 17, it says this is inspired by visiting Charleston, South Carolina. So we've had 2 days of purples based on this one. And then the next picture is a pinky rose. I'm expecting to get a little bit more into pink right now, which makes me a little sad that there's not a lot of purple, but oh yeah, that is definitely pinky. I do not know if I can pronounce the color name on that, and I don't know if it'll focus on it. Bougainvillea? I don't know. So that is today's color. I only have one more little yarn box, and then, I can't be certain that this is a full skein, but it's a full skein. Or at least it's a 50 gram. Like it feels full skein, but so this project, this has been a lot of like kind of jewel toned, and it's going to go in a rainbow gradient. So I'm not planning on changing the order. I'd been thinking of doing a striped twisted t-shirt. The pattern is by Little Wolf Knits. I got out the one that I had made previously, and I counted how many stripes I did for a shirt that fits me really, really well. And it has 16 stripes on it, plus the ribbing. So if I'm able to do the ribbing in my full skein, and I have 18 colors, so my 16 stripes are each 10 rows. I did the math, and if I do, so the 10 rows would be 160 rows. With the math that I did previously, if each of the colors that I have in my Grand Adventure box, I do 9 rows per stripe, I will end up with 162 rows total, which is not that far off from the 160 in this one. So that is what I'm going to do with the Grand Adventure, is I'm going to turn it into a twisted t-shirt with the rainbow gradient going on it. And I'm very excited about that. I don't know when I'm going to cast that on, because I'm trying to both follow the passion projects, but be a little intentional about making sure I'm getting everything done and pairing projects in a way that I will be able to feel like they match the season and the usefulness of everything. So I don't know when I'm going to start that one, but once I'm a little bit closer, I need to sit down and organize my projects. But for right now, I have one more advent calendar. This is from Wonderful Wool. This is the universe themed one. It will be a crochet advent baby blanket. I'm like 90% sure I have my contrast color picked out. I just need to see it with the entire blanket. So today's is the moon at 239,000 miles from Earth, the moon and Earth are tidally locked. Their rotations are so in sync we only ever see one side of the moon. And see, if I was thinking moon, I'd think like grays, but none of these have been like quiet colors. So, ooh, that is gorgeous. Yeah, this is one I have no idea if I'm going to keep it in order, anything like that. I just know that I have, it's kind of like a dark teal that I think is going to end up being my contrast color because I don't want to color with a lot of variegated anything on it. And I want it to allow these bright colors to pop. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So that is all of my advent calendars. From here, I have more wrapping to do because I did some yesterday, but I did not do all of it. So a little bit more to do today. And then I'm going to try to catch up on these advent socks. I had goals for 4 different projects that I wanted finished by Christmas. One of them is done, and then 2 of them are advent socks. So they are like a couple stripes away, and then the toes, I should be able to get those done. The other is a pair of socks where I am almost at the heel flap and gusset, so I need to work on that one a little bit as well today. And then if you are looking today, there was just a couple of clips. I did go to see Beetlejuice in Boise last night, and it was absolutely amazing. It was such a good trip with me and my daughter. Obviously, there's not going to be a lot of clips from that because you can't film during the shows. So yeah, that is all that I have for now. I will see you again tomorrow.